Most people don't know how to cook fish. Today I'm here with my great friend, Mitch. Today I'm gonna show him how to make a classic fish a la meuniere. Today we're doing it with red snapper because we're down here in New Orleans, Louisiana, baby. And we got loads of red snapper. Mitch is an amateur cook. He's an avid fisherman. He loves fishing. He loves fish. Mitch catches about 1,700 red snapper a week. Is that right?
Yeah, it's close.
A la meuniere is a classic preparation of fish where basically you dust the fish in flour, all right? You put it into a pan with some foaming butter. You take the fish out, you put shallot, parsley, caper, and lemon juice. You basically finish the sauce in the pan a la minute, all right? It's a very old school way of cooking fish. It's probably my favorite way to cook fish just because of how simple it is, how the flavors work. And so today I'm gonna teach Mitch. He's gonna do everything himself. First step is we are going to take the skin off the fish.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna put the pan on medium to high, getting it hot.
Okay.
Right? If I mess it up, I flip it around and I start on the other side. I do it with the scales are off because I don't like scales all over my chopping board, making a mess everywhere. You can put the skin side facing up. Yep, and then we're gonna portion that probably into just in half. You want to cut it just straight?
I think that's perfectly fine.
Do you want to kind of go a little bit more at an angle so it, yeah, like that. That's probably good. Yep.
All right.
Now you just want to go a little bit of salt on both sides of the fish. We have a bowl of flour. What you're gonna do is put another couple pinches of salt in the flour, season the flour up a little bit.
And you mix it up at all?
Mixy a little bit, nicey. Yeah. Move that fish to the side. Let the salt sort of adhere to the fish a little bit. Now what you want to do is start cutting your shallots there. So grab the shallots towards you. And I've already kind of done them julienne. If I were you, I would do that in probably 2 piles to make it easier to cut. If you do too many at once, they jump around and it's hard to do. You just want to kind of go straight down.
Okay, so you just want a little chop?
Go finer than that. So watch, I'll show you. I'll show you with this pile and you do it with the next pile.
Are these small enough to where they kind of like almost dissolve in the sauce?
They won't dissolve, but they'll just be nicer to eat.
Yeah, definitely easier in 2 piles.
Right? So now you want to take your big stringy bits out, separate them here. Now you want to chop the parsley.
Okay, what's your tactic to kind of...
Put the knife down, grab all the parsley and sort of bunch it up into a nice little pile.
Tightly?
Yep. Tightly.
Okay.
And then roll it on top of itself so it's all nice and together. Yeah. Then you want to take the knife in your right hand and slice through the parsley. Use the length of the blade to actually slice through the thing and not like bruise it. If you chop down, especially with a dull knife. When I used to work in a bunch of restaurants, the chef would give you shit if your board had green all over it because it means your knife isn't sharp enough and you're basically ruining all your herbs.
Does that specifically parsley or like all herbs?
Pretty much anything, any herbs. Yeah. So then now what you want to do is just keep chopping through that.
Yeah.
You want it to be about as fine, if not finer, than the shallots.
Okay. Is this approach appropriate?
Yeah, you're doing great. You use a knife like a hockey stick, you know, you like push it towards itself. What's your favorite way to cook snapper?
I like snapper super simple, just like salt, pepper in the pan, skin on if I can sometimes.
So you're gonna like this then because it's in that vein of simplicity. You know, move that to the side. Probably you're like up here out of the way because you're gonna do the same thing with the capers now.
And what are capers?
Capers are caper berries. They salt cure them. And then they put them in like a brine. You could either get them salted, like in salt, or like in a brine.
So what do they do for the dish?
They add like try it. See how they're like super, like they'll punch you in the mouth, but in a good way. Traditionally, they're great with fish. Salty, like vinegary punch. Now all those 3 things are ready to go.
Okay.
So now what you want to do is take your flour on the board, put your fish into the flour on both sides.
Press it in kind of.
Yep, exactly. Now what we want to do is take a little bit of olive oil and some butter into the pan. That's good.
Good?
Yeah, and a good healthy knob of butter.
Good on there?
Yep.
Ooh, here we go. And why both?
Because the oil's for the temperature and the butter's for the flavor. The oil's gonna help with the butter not burning and the butter is for the flavor. All right, so now it started foam. So you knock all the extra flour off. Okay, and go skin side down. All right, perfect. Now, if that was just butter in there, which you can do, by the way, we used to cook turbot in the pan and just do butter the whole way, no oil. But you need to like agitate the pan a lot, move it around so the butter doesn't stick.
Sure.
The butter doesn't start to turn black. Basically, just keep it on in that fish. The pan's on like medium, okay? And we want to cook the fish like 75% on one side without the butter getting too dark.
Sure.
If you notice the butter starts to get too dark, you add another little knob of butter.
It's kind of, is this cold butter or is it?
Cool, it's a room temperature butter.
Room temperature, okay.
Because we added oil, if we didn't add oil, the butter would already be burnt.
Sure.
But since we add oil, it's helping it, right?
Okay.
But I would say you probably need another little knob of butter in there right now.
I feel like when I cook fish at home, I see the line kind of
Correct.
kind of coming up the fish.
It starts to turn like white,
Yeah.
white, and then exactly.
You just kind of wait until it creeps up.
Yep.
Most on one side. Okay.
When you're cooking the fish, you can see the color difference. You can see the raw fish color and the cooked fish color. And what Mitch is saying is you look for the cooked fish color to come up 75% of the way to the top. That's how you know that it's cooked. Have a look underneath the fish and see how colored it is. Give it a little check. Okay, that's good. Flip it over.
Okay.
Yep. And now what I want you to do is sort of tilt the pan towards you and baste the fish. And now you want the butter to be foaming, right? If the butter's not foaming, it's not the right temperature. So if it's too hot, it turns black and it doesn't foam. If it's too light, it's just like loose butter too. So now the most important thing here is, like I said, the temperature of the pan, the temperature of the butter. Like as long as you keep those two things in check, like you can't really f this up. So you can go ahead and take the fish out of the pan and onto the plate. Yep. Now you're gonna go in with your shallots. Use the spoon, and you kind of just want those to go a little translucent, not completely raw. Watch the heat now. Take it off the heat. Turn the heat down to like pretty low, because there's enough heat in the pan to cook this. Smells good, huh?
Oh yeah. So that's why I guess it helps that they're small.
Yes, exactly. Now you're gonna go in with the parsley and the capers. Give that a little wah 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 wah. Lemon juice. Yeah, baby. Now what you want to do is just spoon that right over the fish. You want to eat it?
Yeah, let's try it.
All right, let's try it.
Yeah. The color of it gets so brown because of that, I guess that butter, huh?
Yep, and the flour. Looks good, huh?
Oh, it looks great. Oh yeah.
Huh? Huh?
That's perfect.
Everything's there for a reason. Caper's there for a reason. Parsley's there for a reason. Shallot's there for a reason. Butter, lemon at the very end. That's the other important bit. Shallot first, so that you're sweating it and cooking it and getting them soft. But you don't want to do that with the parsley. You don't want to fry the parsley. You know, you don't really want to fry the capers either. Have them in right at the end. Lemon juice cools the pan right down, stops the cooking, and then boom, finish it on top. Easy breezy, beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Cover girl. Don't let the butter burn. Don't let the pan get too hot where the butter turns black, because it doesn't work. You're better off taking the fish out and starting over than finishing this with black butter. Guys, if you want to see how to debone and fillet a fish from a whole fish, check out the link in the description. I did a video that explains the whole process start to finish. That'll bring you right to the step that we picked off from. If you want to cook fish like a professional and not like a recipe book, follow for more and I'll teach you the right way. Shout out fishermen, you know?
Yeah.
Shout out to all the Louisiana hardworking fishermen out there on the boats every day doing their job. We love you. We love fish.